Hello FJL World, discussing the question of Neil, who put a $250 down payment on the photographer for his daughter's wedding. Came along Black Friday, he found an even better deal, decided he's going to go for the new deal, and canceled the first photographer. The first photographer says, we had a deal. Neil says, keep your down payment, but the wedding is far away, it's 10 weeks away, you got to deal with it and find another new business. Too bad, found a better deal. Does Neil have any obligation to the first photographer for backing out in the way that he's done? When a person borrows an item in the Jewish legal sense, the way that that item is acquired is through an acquisition of the physical item. But when it comes to a service, if I'm providing a service for somebody else, the way that that service is acquired, the way that that service is transacted is through a monetary exchange. So if I give someone a down payment, I'm acquiring the entirety of the service. So in theory, you could argue that in this case, Neil would actually have to pay the entirety of what he agreed to in the contract with the first photographer, the full sum of $2,500. But when it comes to the way that it works nowadays, we have Dina de Machuta Dina, which means the law of the land is the law, a concept we've spoken about in the past. And in this case, what it would mean is there is a contract, but there's a service that has to be carried out and enacted played out in order for the full contract to be fulfilled. And therefore, Neil could turn to the photographer and say, listen, 10 weeks away, there's nothing that's happened yet. We've had an agreement, but that agreement can be totally dissolved through a cancellation. Keep your down payment, of course, but I'm not obligated to you in any other fashion. Had the case been where it was the night before the wedding and Neil said, sorry, I got somebody else, then he'd be obligated, of course, to compensate the first photographer for the agreement for the service, full service or most of the service. That would be the case. In this case, the down payment is his, but the rest of it, Neil does not have to pay.